fuck up.
Porque no me dio tiempo nada ponerme las chanclas y el bañador. Voy a la playa, había subido la marea. Jesús. Jesús. Había subido la marea y encontré una paella. Y la encontré porque estaba la paellera agarrada metida entre las piedras de Chipiona, del faro. Y cuando entro en el restaurante me ve el cocinero con una paellera y adentro la vende paellera. ¡Asómate, mira dónde llega el agua! Y la encontré porque estaba la paellera agarrada metida entre las piedras de Chipiona, del faro. Jesús, había subido la mano y encontré una paella.
Guys, it's Timo here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video, and in this video we will talk about Timo Werner because there is some very interesting new developments. So on June the 15th, Timo Werner's release clause expires, so Liverpool have basically 2 weeks to activate that £50 million release clause. After that, RB Leipzig can ask for a higher transfer fee. So Jan-Age Fjørtoft, who is a journalist working in Germany for the Bundesliga, is saying that if Liverpool want to sign Timo Werner, they will get him, and I can categorically confirm that Liverpool want to sign Timo Werner. Jurgen Klopp already spoke twice with Timo Werner in a video conference call, and basically since the last game that Leipzig played, Timo Werner came out and pretty openly said in an interview that he wants to move to Liverpool. He sees Jurgen Klopp as the best coach in the world. He sees Liverpool as a team with a playing style that would fit him very well, and he's ready to fight for his place, and he's ready to go to Liverpool and to show everybody that he's good enough to take a starting spot in the Liverpool team. But let's be honest, if Liverpool want a player, they will get the player.
Few moments later.
Liverpool transfer news video, and I have some bad news for you guys because many various newspapers are reporting that Chelsea are very close to signing Timo Werner. So how on earth did this happen? Well, you will get all the details that you need in this video, and there is still an outside chance of Liverpool getting Timo Werner because there are some journalists who are saying that if Liverpool match the release clause of Timo Werner, we can still get him, even though Chelsea agreed personal terms with Timo Werner. Liverpool are still his favorite club to sign for. So Liverpool are very inactive at the moment, and Jurgen Klopp, even though the reports were true that Jurgen Klopp personally spoke to Timo Werner, it's quite weird not to see Liverpool back that up with approaching Leipzig. It looks like that Liverpool wanted Leipzig to... It looks like that Liverpool wanted the release clause to expire, and then they wanted to negotiate with Leipzig one-on-one and get the price down. So I don't really understand Liverpool not buying Timo Werner, because he would be absolutely perfect for Liverpool's style of play, and we badly need another attacker. It's well documented that behind the great starting 11 there is not enough depth. And in this video we have a bombshell dropped by the Leipzig CEO Oliver Mintzlaff, who said before Leipzig's game that there is no Chelsea deal in place for Timo Werner just yet. So Chelsea haven't even approached Leipzig, they haven't even paid the release clause.
News kind of broke from the Express that Timo Werner had agreed a £140,000
a week deal with Liverpool on a 5-year basis. You know, I've seen a few people saying, you know, it's not really reliable and things like this. And, you know, I was planning to make that video today. This was the video that was meant to be live. We were meant to be talking about Timo Werner, but it was meant to be about that particular news. Now, as the day has progressed on, you know, there's been no more news on Timo Werner, and then a couple of hours later, everything's decided to, you know, flip its head. You know, there were rumours then, and I don't know if you can tell by the thumbnail and title, that Chelsea had put a £200,000 a week deal ahead of Timo Werner, and apparently Timo Werner had agreed to join, you know, Chelsea Football Club. Now, you know, they were just small little rumours to begin with, and now they are more expanded, and it does look like that Timo Werner could be heading to London with Chelsea. And yeah, it's very, very sad, saddening to be fair, to actually, you know, think and, you know, to look at Timo Werner not in a Liverpool jersey, because, you know, as you guys know, I've invested a lot of time into the Timo Werner situation, and I did say on this channel I do believe he would have become a Liverpool player, but it now does look like that Chelsea are going to be signing the German international. Of course, you know, all of us pretty much look at it and we're like, we'll just wait for James Pearce to come out, or Melissa Reddy, or, you know, Paul Joyce, or someone like that. And one of them did come out, and it was James Pearce. Bad News Pierce, I like to call him, because every single time there's a transfer, you know, he's always the one to break the bad news. But yeah, he did tweet out saying that he is close to joining Chelsea. And the Liverpool transfer looks pretty much dead now, which, you know, like I said, guys, it is a very, very sad moment and day then, because, you know, as you guys know, you know, I've said plenty of times, I think Timo Werner is the #1 player to get this summer, especially with, you know, his pace, his goals, and even his assists now, even...
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I'm sure you're all aware that there's been some news come out from Christian Falk that he believes that Chelsea are going to sign, or are in talks to sign, Timo Werner. There's talk of a €200,000 a week contract, a 5-year deal on the table as well. Now here's my take on this, ladies and gentlemen. I fully believe, and I'm still going to say, that Liverpool will sign Timo Werner. I think that this is either a case of, one, Chelsea going in and looking to trigger that release clause, and we spoke about this the other night as well. That was always a possibility. We said for a long time that Chelsea are definitely somebody who is interested in Timo Werner, and Liverpool may well have been sitting back and waiting to see if somebody comes in and triggers that release clause that's due to expire on June the 15th, or if we just sit back, wait for that to expire, and then maybe Michael Edwards goes in to try and renegotiate a lower price. Now, it could get a little bit interesting here, but I fully believe that Liverpool are going to get this deal done. If they need to get a kick in the ass here from Chelsea, who come in with a bid to kind of stimulate this along a little bit, then so be it. But don't buy into everything that you read, ladies and gentlemen. You've seen a story in the Express today that said Liverpool had apparently agreed £140,000 a week to sign Timo Werner from Leipzig as well. Here's my take on this. I fully believe that this could be a mixture of Chelsea having genuine interest, and also a little bit of Leipzig maybe having a little whisper to a German publication to say, you know what, we kind of want this release clause, we don't want him to go on the cheap, so maybe let it be known that there's other interest in him. Look, we'll wait and see what happens. There's been no official talk that a release clause has been triggered. Leipzig haven't come out and said that Chelsea have met the release clause for Timo Werner, which is believed to be around €60 million, 49, £50 million, something along those lines. Liverpool, don't get excited. Don't get too worked up about this. There's plenty of time and lots of twists and turns still to go in this one. I am going to stay strong in my belief that Timo Werner will be a Liverpool player. If Timo Werner doesn't become a Liverpool player, it's because Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp opted against. It is absolutely clear who Timo Werner wants to come and play for with regards to a manager and a club, and that is Liverpool. If Liverpool make it clear to Timo Werner that they can't meet this €60 million release clause, or they're not in a position to make the deal happen now, then we'll see. But, like I've always said, there's such a long time still to run in this, and just don't buy into everything that you read.
You're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
That looks like it's going to take Timo Werner from RB Leipzig to Chelsea Football Club. There's a bit more details after coming out on the deal as well. And look, I could start off this stream and I could try and pretend that I didn't want Timo Werner at Liverpool, but you know what? I'd be a liar. And I've always said I will front up to a camera and I will give you guys my honest opinion on these things. Right now, as things stand, I'm fucking devastated that we're not going to sign Timo Werner. I'm not going to mess about. I'm not going to lie. It just seemed like a tailor-made deal that was perfect for Liverpool. A tailor-made situation, I should say. The player would have fitted into our squad seamlessly. And if he goes to Chelsea, as it looks like he's going to, then in my humble opinion, they will have gotten themselves a very, very good footballer. Now, Melissa Reddy has written a very good article on this in The Independent, and I urge everybody to go over there and have a read of it. I want to read you a little segment from this. So, Werner's salary will rocket to £16 million a year. Now, if you break that down, ladies and gentlemen, that's just over 300 grand a week if you divide it by the 52. I think it's 307 grand a week pre-tax. With a fee of £12 million going to his agency, Karl-Heinz Forster, the player's representative, is understood to have held discussions with Leipzig on Thursday to inform them of Chelsea's willingness to activate that release clause, which is believed to be around €60 million, somewhere around £49-50 million. So, like I said earlier on, if this unfolded as it looks like it's going to, I'll front up to the camera and I'll come on and I'll take my licks because I can't hide it. I was a fan of Christian Pulisic when he was at Dortmund and I had hoped that he would arrive at Liverpool, but not so much so as this deal. This deal, I just can't understand.